Alright, so in the last episode, 386 stopped working again. Well, I tried all the same fixes I had tried, and it's not coming back on. But I just got one of these postcode checkers, so let's see if we get anything. Well, it's got minus 12 volt, plus 12 volt, plus 5, but it's saying it can't see the plus 3.3. It's got a clock, but yeah, no codes. Let's try to reset that. Is it, stop wheeling. Is it that slot that just doesn't have 3.3? No. So somewhere 3.3 volts isn't getting from the power connector outward, which is this. Are all these seated in here? I think the white cable is the 3.3. Yeah, still nothing. I'll try to probe that out, but it's kind of above my pay grade to figure out. There still may be some internal board damage from that battery. All right, we'll come back to that at a later date. Sanity check, here's the 486 with that postcode checker. That's... oh, okay, yeah, the ready light came on. And let's see what 2221 is. I'm assuming video and keyboard. Yep. So 22 is keyboard. And 21 says nothing. These are for Award AMI or Phoenix BIOS though, so I may need to get a book that has the Mr. BIOS for that as well. For businesses, we're going to try to replace this capacitor that exploded. And on Blue Sky, I was looking for help trying to figure out what manufacturer this is. But it's a 10 ohm, my bad, 10 microfarad, 16 volt capacitor. Someone pointed out that it looks like it might have been another company that got bought by Kyocera. And what's funny is these are identical. These are Kyocera caps, and they're identical to what's on the board right now. So get that focused, and then see if I can get this in here. I've never soldered surface mount components before. Okay, good. Looks like I can get the flux in there. I'm gonna add some solder to these pads. All right. And the board has the positive side on the left, which everything seems to match. we're just gonna try to heat up this pad. There we go. Drop in the cap. Oh. Oh, this is tricky. All right, one side is in. See if I can switch hands and coax this side in. I know this is the wrong tip. Oh, that broke. This solder off, but it lined it up better. I got cords everywhere. All right. So I can keep this held here. And reattach that. All right, best I can tell, that's in there. And just keep an eye on that for me. And I'm gonna power back up. I hate these connectors. All right. This is about to be the moment of truth here. Oh, where'd that power switch go? All right, fire in the hole. Keep bumping the camera. Volts. The adjacent cap. Five volts. $12.14. What's a similar cap looking like? Here. Same. Great. Okay. Call that good for now. Alright. Well, while I got the soldering iron on, I need to make 2 PCBs. I need to break out this connector from the power supply, because I'm using a bunch of these switches that are they're wired for 12 volts, and I'm not going to open this up and change the resistor because I'm pretty sure I'll just destroy it. So yeah, you can run it at 5, but it's very dim. So I'm gonna try to give it 12 volts because these are automotive switches, so they would be on 12 volts. But they have LEDs in them, obviously. So we need the LEDs to be on 12 volts. So I'm gonna build a simple circuit out of a transistor and a resistor and see how that goes. This is gonna be a gate using an NPN transistor. So this is a PN2222A or 222A, and a 1 kilo ohm resistor. So how this is going to work is, the switch is going to be here. 12 volts is going to go into the LED part of the switch. The ground from that is going to come here to this transistor, and then ground it out the other side. Then the middle pin of the transistor is going to be the signal coming in from the motherboard for the power LED. I'm actually going to just run 12 straight to the LED for the power switch, but this is going to be for the turbo switch. So I needed a way to have it be 12 volt LED, but also only be on when turbo's turned on. So when turbo LED from the motherboard would be on, its positive leg is going to come over here to put 5 volts through this resistor into the transistor, and turn the LED on. Let the 12 volt, flow to ground through here. So I'm gonna solder those up real quick. Turbo on, turbo off. Turbo on, turbo off. Alright, so now that I got most of the electronics back in order, started turning my attention back to the case. I'm adding Bondo and starting to paint here and there, and chose the rear and inside color. And it's coming out okay. There's still some imperfections, but it looks industrial to me. As you can see, the first coat of the color went on and started sagging really bad, so I just sanded that all down and started doing a million light coats, but it's getting there. It's just gonna have to be wet sanded pretty good afterwards. Or so I thought. This paint is kicking my ass. I will sand between layers only to have a light coat of paint turn into this. I think I'm going to sand it all off and try something else. So I hit it with the power sander, and then every day I am going out and putting the lightest coat I can until it gets back to a normal look. So I finished the paint, and before I show you that, I just wanted to touch on something I keep seeing. Some people said it to me, but I see it in a lot of other people's videos. When you're 3D printing a lot of things, someone always says, say, oh, must be nice. It must be nice to have those tools. Listen, I just got a new 3D printer recently. I was struggling with one that I got for like 40 bucks before, and it was just always spitting out garbage. But the one I have now, I financed. It's the smallest Bambu lab printer that exists, and I'm paying 20 bucks a month for it. So must be nice, I guess. But yeah, and so yeah, we'll get to the case and let's finish this thing up. All right, so I finished building the case, but before I reveal it, stuffed everything back inside. So power supply is mounted in the bottom. Hot glued some fans in here just so I don't have to drill any holes in the case again yet. We got the stack of drives mounted. So we got the DVD, floppy, and the SD card to IDE. This right here is a speaker out of a PowerMac G4. I got an Ethernet card that I haven't set up yet. I/O card for the serial port. We have a Trident VLB video card. Sound Blaster 16, which I'm using the IDE header for the CD-ROM. I made a little bracket to hold that voltage adapter for the LEDs that I made earlier. Got some cable spaghetti that I need to figure out how to clean up still. Got the other fan that I glued in here. Yeah, still need to figure out some mounting for them, but they're glued in for right now. Because this one's pointing directly at these guys because the processor gets extremely hot when it's like doing nothing. And yeah, and maybe later I'll throw in, you know, a different processor, but 75 megahertz 486 is pretty sweet for right now. And then yeah, the 24 megs of RAM, and then ROM back. Got the power supply, the keyboard, and all the cards. I need to get some matching slot bracket or slot covers, but it's fine for now. Oh, and the turbo switch light works. I just had the cables backwards. Is that a USB optical mouse? You're goddamn right. This is the USBM232 from Versalent Technology. Mine is the -024 model. I spoke with the owner of the website that creates these and helped me choose the best one for my usage. This one has female DB9 to plug in to, you know, regular serial port, and it'll work, you know, on anything that has a serial port. I tested it in Windows XP before I got this computer running, so that provides a USB serial mouse, wired only with this model, but he does have a version for wireless. All right, so staying on brand with my other videos, can you play World of Warcraft on MS-DOS 6.22?
I don't think so.
No. But you can play Warcraft 1. Well, that's it for this video. If you liked it, please give me a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And stay tuned, because I got some more projects coming soon. Thank you very much.